else. It is a way that you can temporarily ease everything from back pain to sciatica, temporarily easing that pain, drug-free. And let me tell you, it feels so good. Some of us just do it to relax. Some of us do it for that temporary back pain relief. But we're gonna show you so many different ways that you're gonna use our newest, our latest, greatest inversion table from Roger Teeter. And it's got extra things that you have never seen before. But first I want to start off by letting you hear from someone who has experienced the Teeter Inversion Table. His name is Horace, and have a listen to this.
I was always an active person. I've always been physical. To have that come to a screeching halt was something I really couldn't live with. Physically, mentally, and emotionally, I was totally a grumpy old man. When I got my Teeter, that's when it all changed for me. And the more I worked my back, the more relief my back gave me. And that's when I knew that this machine really works. It's so simple and yet so effective. If it wasn't for the Teeter, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It put the smile back on my face. If I was face to face with Roger Teeter, I would cry like a baby because what he gave me was my life back. And I thank him. I thank him for that.
You can just tell me in person.
Oh, God. Thank you, sir. I didn't know you were going to be here.
I love my job, and it's because of testimonies like yours. I wrecked my back, and inversion changed my life. This is not a gimmick. We're not just selling product. We're selling a changed lifestyle.
Yes.
So many people have written off their ability to move freely because of old age. No, it's the long-term effects of gravity combined with lifestyle, posture, and a whole lot of other things. Teeter's a way to fight back against that.
I can't thank you enough.
And the truth is, I don't know how many times I've seen that particular testimonial, and every single time it touches my heart. It is really a life-changing experience when it comes to inversion. But what we are offering today has never been offered before, and this is brand new. What you're getting is a brand new model, because not only are you going to have the X3 with that Fitspine technology in it that is really going to stretch it out, you have every single upgrade. This is our longest running piece of fitness equipment here at HSN. Longest running as we celebrate 43 years here. But never before are you getting the innovations that you get with this particular inversion table, like right up here, because this is your brand new neck restore. It is a game changer. We have this sale price today at $329.95, truly an incredible value. So we have 3 flex payments on it as well. We will even ship this entire thing to you. We're gonna introduce you to the gentleman who brings this to us, but first I just wanna show you what this is approved for, okay? Because this is what's most important. It is most important for you to understand that the FDA considers this a Class 1 medical device for back pain, sciatica, spinal degenerative joint disease, spinal curvature due to tight muscles, muscle tension, and wait, there's more. Herniated discs, how many of us have those? I mean, is there anybody who doesn't almost? Degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis, facet syndrome, muscle spasm. Class 1 medical device you are looking at right here. And again, this is a great day to go ahead and pick this up, the brand new version. Roger Teeter, no, he did not invent inversion, but he invented the most innovative way for us to get this into our homes and use it every single day. You will love the experience. And there he is, the man who has turned all of our worlds upside down. Hey, Roger Teeter, how are you?
I am great, Alice. You know, and so excited to be here for your birthday month. You know, and I realized, and I'm listening to it 43 years, you know, this month, July, is exactly, we are on HSN exactly half of their life. This is our 21st and 6-month anniversary. So it's exactly 1/2 of HSN life Teeter has been on as a regular product. And I'm really honored and humbled by that. And it's FDA registered as a Class 1 medical device. It's UL safety certified. 5-year warranty, and 85% assembled. That is unique. Those 4 things are all unique to Teeter Inversion.
Absolutely, and what I want to do is, if we can, go through everything that you're going to get, because this is the one that now has not only every upgrade that you have created in the past, but you just continue to innovate. You continue to take this to a whole different level, and you're getting every single one of those innovations. And truly, at the sale price, this is one of the best values I've ever seen us do. And understand, during our birthday month, you will see some of the best values of the entire year. And you are certainly looking at it right here with this $329.95, 3 flex payments, and to ship this right to your front door, 85% assembled. We will talk about all of that, but no, you're going to get everything from your nodules. This is really going to be fabulous for applying some acupressure. You're going to get this right here. It's a little lumbar bridge that helps you stretch out that back a little bit. You're even going to get, and I love that you include this, Roger, the getting started video. So you can pop this in. You don't have to guess. You don't have to look at it and go, well, what does this do? What does this do? This tells you exactly what everything does. And for the first time, and I can't wait to see how this works, the first time, something that really directly affects your neck. I have never seen you include this before. Like I said, this is a brand new model, so definitely, if you can, get it home and try it. There is nothing like inversion. First, I think we should start off by talking about why do we invert? Why do we need to?
Well, we're all under gravity. You know, gravity does a number on us over the years. It steals our figure, it compresses you, everything is heading south. And when you combine that with an inactive lifestyle, which is true of a lot of us today, and stress on top of that, you've got the perfect formulation for developing back pain. And Teeter is a way not only to deal with the back pain that you have, but it's a way to prevent it getting it in the first place, because it's a maintenance program. Just the way you take care of your skin, because you know that as you age, you're going to lose elasticity and get wrinkles, so you get ahead of the curve, take care of your skin. The same thing is true of your spine. This is you inverting. It relieves back pain 4 different ways. That's why I can deal with all of those 10 issues that FDA says Teeter is indicated for. Relaxing the back muscles. Look at that spine straightening out. Look, decompressing those joints. You got a pinched nerve, herniated disc, inflamed joint. Take the pressure off. Less pressure is less pain. And the 4th way it relieves back pain is it helps the disc to rehydrate. They are avascular, means they do not have a blood supply, so they don't get any nutrition through blood. They get it through absorbing moisture from surrounding fluid. They can only absorb that moisture when they're under low pressure. In fact, during the day when you're upright, your own body weight squeezes moisture out of the disc. They lose moisture. It's only when you're sleeping, but still under pressure. You're going to see a medical study that shows that the pressure in your back sleeping is still 25% of standing body weight, but they'll absorb moisture slowly over the night. With Teeter, you can take those discs to at or near 0 and greatly increase the acceleration of the feeding and nutrition and restoration of those joints.
So, Roger, this is so important to be able to do all of those things. Tell us how we get started. We get it home, and what happens?
Well, you take it out of the box. That'll be your biggest challenge, because it's 85% assembled. But in fact, I'm going to show you right now how it comes out of the box, because personally, I hate assembly. This part, all these small pieces, fully assembled out of the box. The bed itself, fully assembled out of the box. The only, there we go. The only thing you really have to put in is the hinges, and that gives you an additional adjustment depending on how responsive the machine you want it to be or need it to be. Let's say you're only 125 pounds. Well, you need this machine to be more responsive. That's the top hold. But let's say you're 250 or 300 pounds. You need to slow the machine down. Well, that's the bottom setting. Right now, I'm putting it in the middle setting. And you've got these clamps. That's a patented process. Of course, the lumbar bridge and acupressure nodes are not on it. You have to do that. The A-frame is fully assembled as far as the spreader arms, the easy tether strap, the 4 corner feet. So what if you got to assemble? You do have to put on these upgraded handles, 3 machine screws, 1 bolt. That's it. There's also 2 bolts relative to packing. It's not really an assembly procedure. You'll understand when you unpack it. And the bed snaps together like that. You literally will spend more time getting it out of the box than you will assembling it. There we are. You set it for your height. Is your height in inches and centimeters from 4'8" to 6'6", and you set it for the last reading to be your height. And this is, Alice, this is our most advanced, most upgraded table. In fact, maybe I should run through the benefits really, or the highlights of the table very quickly. You know, it has the Comfort Dial foot platform. That's for small shoes, big shoes. The ankle support system is incredibly comfortable. It's ergonomically shaped. 3 generations of tooling to get it right. You know, the EZReach handle, that is a huge deal because you don't have to bend over, and there are micro adjustments. It was actually developed for our clinical use. The bed, totally engineered, re-engineered to make it more comfortable. We actually took the bed off the frame, and it's a floating bed on 8 points of suspension. So the bed moves with you. It's a decompression surface. You know, for comfort, you can't put foam on a table. You sink into the foam and you don't elongate, which is the main purpose of inversion. So we need to keep a decompression surface. This is a high-tech surface designed for decompression, but then have the table floating above it for comfort. The lumbar bridge, you can put it in any position you want to control the curvature of your spine, but I love to put it really low because it kind of grabs your butt and squares your hips before you start inverting, just what a chiropractor does when he checks your hip alignment, you know, before he starts decompression. And you've got acupressure nodes. There's 8 of them, 2 of each of 4 sizes. These are those thumbs to work those knots in your back, and they can be put in any one of these slots. Traction handles, my favorite upgrade. This table just has everything. Take it to a comfortable angle, whatever you feel is a good angle to start with. And if you think you need more decompression but are not comfortable going to a greater angle, you can use the traction handles to push and use arm power to further elongate the body. So this is our most upgraded table, and then throwing in the neck restore, which is another. It's an acupressure type concept, and it's not a pillow. It goes right where the spine joins the skull. There's those 4 small muscles, and they're the ones that give us the tech neck that it's even got a name now because people are bent over their small screens so much. Yeah, and this gives release of those 4 muscles. It puts acupressure on that point, and it's at first it's kind of uncomfortable. It's and as those muscles release.
Absolutely. Listen, $329.95 is our sale price today. 3 flex payments. We're going to ship this right to your front door. Never before with a neck restore. This has every single upgraded feature. This has every new feature that Roger has added to improve your experience. But mostly the experience is just unlike anything else you have ever done. There is nothing else I can possibly think of that actually takes all the weight up, not sitting down, not lying down. We'll actually show you some of the ways that still keeps pressure on certain parts of the body. This is the only way, and you'll know it the second that you invert. And you don't have to go all the way upside down like Roger does. You don't. You can just go a little bit if you want to. Donna's doing a little bit more than I typically do, but do you see that strap right there? You can adjust it so that if you wanted to just go a little bit, because I'm gonna tell you, at first, you're kind of like, what? This feels weird. And then all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh, I've never felt anything like this. It is relaxing, but let me show you again those conditions that this is actually FDA approved for, okay? We are talking FDA registered class 1 medical device. Back pain, sciatica. What are you doing for back pain? Are you popping pills every day? Are you going to a chiropractor over and over? At least get this home with the free shipping and handling, and at least try it, and at least understand why so many people over 20 years have loved this. Herniated discs in your neck, wherever it might be, degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis, facet syndrome, muscle spasm, and frankly, just sanity. Because Roger, I'm gonna tell you, for me, it is a sanity saver. I get on there, there's nothing quite as relaxing. I'd love to share some testimonials from some doctors. Hear what they have to say about inversion.
So when you decompress, there is a lengthening of the spine. And by doing so, with a greater disc height, you've got more room for the nerves, there's less compression with the facet joints, and the spine is just much happier.
For the past 53 years, I've been a neurosurgeon with a major interest in chronic pain and dealing with many patients with back pain. Most patients tell me if they use their Teeter Inversion Table on a regular basis, they simply feel much better. No one has to do anything to you, and I think it's a very natural way to deal with the problem.
A natural solution. Imagine that, a natural solution. You can do it in your home, so you don't have to worry about all those places that are closed right now. I mean, where can you even go to get that relief? You can get that temporary relief right here, but never before have we had it with that neck restore. You're gonna get not only every upgrade, but we're gonna ship it to you absolutely free. We're gonna go back to Roger, and he's gonna show us exactly how to get started on this, because I will say, Roger, it almost needs to come with a little warning. This could be addictive, because once you get started, it's hard to get off of it, isn't it? It feels so good that it starts with just the stretch. And I think that the stretch itself feels so good, but then throughout the day and every day after, you start to see the cumulative benefits.
Absolutely. You know, Colleen has been inverting for over 20 years, and she inverts at least once a day, if not twice. And she said, every time I come up, I feel like I just had a facial. You know, you get that oxygen wash to the upper body. There's so many things that are beneficial to the body besides just the decompression, which of course is the main purpose, because you know, when you think about it, every single activity that we do, standing, sitting, aerobic, anaerobic, Pilates, even yoga headstands, every one of those is compressive. All of your weight-bearing joints being actually compressed by your own body weight. Teeter is the only way to secure the ankles, and when you invert, with your ankles secured, your body elongates. And that gives the discs a break, as Dr. Long was saying. You know, it makes you feel better. It also helps to keep that spine flexible. You keep that spine flexible and youthful, and it'll pay you back into retirement. It's just a way to fight back against the natural aging process, you know, through a regular program of inversion. But let's say the best part is it's fun and easy to use. And we have it marked, there's numbers right on it, 1, 2, 3. The first thing you do, 1, set your height, 4'8" to 6'6". You set so it's the last number you read is your height. 2, secure the EZAngle Tether strap. You know, pick an angle that's gonna, well, that's a pretty good starting point, maybe even a little bit less. This strap's adjustable. You can stop yourself at any angle you're comfortable with. Do not, I'm taking the strap off for my demonstration. Now, you know, the most important thing is that you pick an angle that you're totally comfortable with so you can relax. So that's 1, 2, and 3, of course, is lock your ankles. And this micro adjustment just gives you that perfect fit. By the way, there's a double lock system. Not only do these clicks that you hear, that's the first lock, but when you rotate and go past horizontal, there's a gravity-driven lock that comes into place as well. All right, so the idea is that by adjusting for your height, this pivot point is right at your center of mass. And then you and the table become a teeter-totter, named after me. You know, what other job could I do? And these tables have precision balancing. They're robot welded, so every table is identical, and you have the control that I'm showing you now. This table's rotating on the weight of one arm. Now, if you think, oh, that's too responsive, that's kind of scary, that's what these upgraded handles are for. They're kind of like training wheels on the bicycle. You can just walk yourself back, you know, but you'll find that you have such control that you can rotate, stop at any angle.
And let's say that you have the EZAngle Tether strap on, and this is the furthest you feel comfortable going. This is all you feel comfortable doing, but you know you need more because you've got a pinched nerve, you got sciatic or herniated disc or degenerative joint disease, and you need more traction. That's where these traction handles come in. I can take and use arm power and push on these handles and further elongate my body as though I was in full inversion. Of course, you could take the strap off and then just go to greater inversion. You don't have to go to full inversion. This is kind of the magic angle where your body will elongate 1 to 2 inches. Now, that's a real number. I'm not exaggerating. As you relax, all of your joints opening up, and not just the spine and the neck, but the ankles, knees, hips, every weight-bearing joint is being decompressed. Listen to this, being decompressed by exactly the same weight it normally has to carry. It's progressive decompression. So you may be targeting one specific area in your back or neck, but actually every weight-bearing joint is being benefited. You know, this grip, you can pull and push yourself back into shape. There's handholds all on the table on all the sides. You can use the traction handles while you're at any angle. Now, full inversion, you don't need to go here, but believe it or not, 50% of regular invertees do, because you'll be as comfortable upside down as you are at your desk. I read my emails upside down. You know, that extra stretch, and when their new elongated body, you've got the flexibility of a much younger person. And now I know this is not for everyone, but for those of you who want to turn the Teeter into a workout station, you can. It's the toughest crunch on the planet. Every one of these counts for 10 horizontal ones. Verted squats, sculpt the glutes, strengthen the hamstrings. You know, I'll be 82 in 2 months. Now, I'll tell you, when you're at that age, it's functional fitness that counts. Joints that work so that you can do the things you love to do and keep up with the grandkids. And even if you don't jump when you get off, you'll feel like you can. You say, bring on those grandkids.
It is. It's invigorating, absolutely invigorating. And here's the cool part too. You look at Roger, 82 years old, inverting. My mother is over in her 80s and also invert. She loves the way this feels. She's had a lot of issues with her spine, and she just loves the way it feels. And it helps her to not have to take so much medication in terms of those pills. Try it with a natural solution that has been used for literally centuries. Inversion has been used for centuries. It's just that Roger's taken away that we can do it in our own home. And once you buy this, you are done. It is one and done. You are finished. It's an investment of $329.95 on your credit card today. It's $109 and some change. Get it home and try it, especially with our free shipping and handling. Excuse me. But I want to encourage you because of all ages. And Roger, you know, my daughter's a golfer. And she has more back issues because that twist that golfers have. Golfers love this. This is not just for 82-year-olds. This is all ages. Love this, love the way it feels. And truly, it's just unlike any other experience.
Alice, you brought up some great points on the golf thing. You know, you can get on the internet and enter golf and inversion, and you'll see an independent study. We didn't do it. On, I think it was 16 different regular golfers that tested all aspects of golf and then inverted 30 days and tested again. Dramatic improvement in flexibility. And of course, golf needs flexibility, but so does living, gardening, anything. Keeping up, everything requires flexibility, and Teeter can really help with that. Also, you mentioned pills. You know, the traditional dealing with back pain in the past has been dealing with symptoms, not actually dealing with the problem. Your back's still screaming, but you can't hear it. Now, what good is that? You know, Teeter does deal with the problem, as you pointed out, by decompressing the area, taking the pressure off that pinched nerve, helping the spine to realign, rehydrating the disc, stretching and relaxing all those back muscles. And it does it all in 3 to 5 minutes in your own home, and you don't have to put on any special clothes at all. So it's, it is freedom. It is freedom to be able to get that break for your body, to rejuvenate the mind. That oxygen washed to the upper body clears the mind and gets rid of stress. A big bonus to the back pain relief.
Absolutely. And today, to be able to pick it up with our neck restore for the very first time ever, we're going to talk about that. I want you to, though, if you don't mind, I want you to listen to a testimonial from Nancy. Hear what she had to say after she tried this.
My back started to really bother me. I don't want to go through life being less and less of myself. I want to be able to do everything and anything that I want to do. The first time that I laid on the teeter, I got on there, locked my ankles in, laid back, and it was just a relief. I knew it was going to work for me. It's beautifully engineered. It doesn't take up very much space in your house. It's very easy to schedule it into your life. You lay down, you relax, you can meditate for a few minutes, you get off, and you're a new person. The biggest difference the teeter table has made in my life is that I have physical freedom. I'm probably really boring because when anyone complains to me about their back, I say, well, have you tried a teeter table? It helped me so much you have no idea.
Oh, to be so boring, right? Oh, to be so boring that you're not just sitting around the table with your girlfriends talking about all your aches and pains. This is the way that you can temporarily take away so many of those. I want you to, again, look at what the FDA says. This is a medically cleared device from the FDA, registered Class 1 medical device. It is registered for back pain, sciatica, spinal degenerative joint disease, spinal curvature. I mean, where are you gonna go, okay? Due to tight muscles, muscle tension even, we all get that. Herniated disc, degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis, facet syndrome, muscle spasm. It is a serious piece of physical fitness equipment that is so much fun and so enjoyable to use. It is certainly it's the only workout that I have ever looked forward to, Roger, and I look forward to it every time I get on it. It is just unlike anything else, but you have to experience it. And the other reason you buy this table, and Roger, please address this, because when you're hanging upside down, you better have something that is UL listed. That makes all the difference in the world. This is the only inversion table out there that is UL listed. And by the way, all made of steel. This is not plastic. This is something you get on it. You're hanging upside down. You will feel so stable. You will feel so comfortable. You will feel so secure. And that UL listing, Roger, couldn't be more important.
Yeah, UL safety certified. You know, Underwriters Laboratory, when they realized that there were literally millions of people inverting, and they thought, you know, we've got to write a specification because you are hanging upside down, you know, secured by your ankles. This shows some of the testing that UL requires for certification. That is 1,200 pounds, 4 times maximum user weight at 300. That is 300 pounds, cycling 30,000 times. Back and forth. Every moving part has to be cycled 30,000 times. And you know, when you cycle a part back and forth, especially a rocking part, so that when the table is head down and back up, you get this cycling, it creates fatigue failure loads. I want you to look at this results of this one test. That vertical line on the right with writing. That is what UL safety certification engineers said the table needs to meet, holding 300 pounds. That is 30,000 cycles. That long blue line on top, that's us. We went 40,000 cycles, stopped it for time, no failure. I did sit-ups, Alice, on that very table after it had been cycled 40,000 times. And I hope you notice the lookalikes. And they do look alike.
Mm-hmm. They sure do
look alike, but they use the wrong steel. The 4 that were tested were widely distributed tables and catastrophic structural failures in every case that is broken, bent, and torn metal. And you may think, how can that be? Well, look, ordinary steel is subject to fatigue failure. Take a coat hanger, which is ordinary steel, and take it and bend it back and forth, and you can break it in 1 minute. That's a fatigue failure. And when you cycle a table, the support structure on the table is being cycled back and forth, and very similar to that coat hanger. But we use high carbon steels, heat treated and key components to engineer the fatigue out. My background is actually aircraft, and I've been trained in how to engineer out fatigue failure, and we use the right steels in the right location to eliminate fatigue failure
within the, well, we meet the UL specification and way beyond.
That's right. So I want you to stop and think about this night, right here, right now, okay? I think this is the last day of your visit, am I right?
That's right, it is, Alice.
This is the final day of the visit. Understand, typically, things change, prices change. This is a sale price. We have free shipping and handling today. I don't know what will happen when Roger leaves. Typically, we change some of the pricing. This is your day to make this decision. Such an important decision. Such an important decision for you being proactive in your life. And at a time when we can't go certain places, whether it's doctor's offices, chiropractor's offices, gyms, any place else, bring it into your home, own it. Own it, and you will find that you use this constantly because it feels so good, and you will feel those cumulative effects over and over. But the reason you choose this one, never before with all of these upgraded features, never before with your neck restore. This is UL listed, so important. When you're hanging upside down, you want that UL listing. You want it to have been tested. You want it to have met a certain standard. There's no other inversion table in the marketplace that does that, except for this one, okay? Carbon steel that he uses. So you're looking at the quality that you want, and then on top of that, the fact that the FDA has cleared this as a class 1 medical device, okay? As a class 1 medical device to treat these conditions, to help with temporary relief of back pain, sciatica. If you've ever had sciatica, you know how painful that is. Spinal degenerative, spinal curvature, muscle tension, herniated disc, degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis, facet syndrome, muscle spasm. This is your time to do it. We have 3 flex payments. It's just over $100. You'll pay that 3 times on your credit card. You will get this home in 7 to 10 days. It comes virtually 85% all put together for you. You will start using it. You will never want to stop. And I'm telling you, it's just unlike anything else. If you just invert once, it is a life-changing, mind-changing experience. I want to show, if we could, Roger, talk us through the Nakamson study, because this is what's really, I think, surprising to a lot of us. I think that we don't even know what's happening with our bodies.
Yeah, Dr. Nakamson did a study at Gothenburg University in Sweden a number of years ago. That bright light is the location of a surgically implanted pressure sensor. Pressure reading is in the upper right-hand corner. It's 100% baseline. And there were quite a few people in the study, but their baseline for them personally was set at 100% pressure reading when they're standing. Bend over, it doubles. But you knew that. You had to be careful bending over. But are you ready for this? Taking a load off, you put the load on your spine, off your muscles, 50% higher load in good posture. There you are, Alice. That's the formula for back pain. Too much sitting, weak muscles and stress, poor posture, you know, hunched over that small screen. And that last 25%, that goes to bed with you. It's not caused in this case by gravity. It's caused by the construction of the spine. You have hundreds and hundreds of ligaments, 140 layers of muscles. And there's your ligaments, you have the muscles. They stabilize the spine, very important, but they also hold it in background compression like a lot of rubber bands. And those rubber bands are strong. To overcome that rubber band, to open those joints up, to take the pressure off that pinched nerve, it takes about 60% of your body weight in traction to elongate that body that 1 to 2 inches. I mean, all those joints opening up, helping the disc to rehydrate, to revitalize, the spine to realign, taking the pressure off pinched nerves or herniated discs, and then stretching and relaxing all the muscles of the back and getting rid of stress. You know, and that's just the beginning. Relief of stress, improving circulation, flexibility, correcting posture, stretching and relaxing, helping you keep your original body shape. Gravity's not kind to the human body, so there's all kinds of bonuses that you can actually see in the mirror.
Absolutely, that you will not only see in the mirror, you'll feel the difference. You'll feel the difference the second you step onto it, because that elongation, there is just no other way that I'm aware of that you are ever going to get that kind of elongation, of that kind of way of taking gravity off. If you are a golfer, if you're a walker, if you pick your grandkids up, if you breathe, you need this. because you need this, because gravity is doing that number on us every single day. You know how powerful it is. It does a number on my hair every day and every other body part. This is going to help to counteract that. You have to feel it to understand. People can talk about it all day long, but until you get it home, until you do that first stretch, and I'm gonna tell you again, it feels, at first you get on it, you're like, oh, I don't know, is this okay? And then all of a sudden you start getting comfortable with it. All of a sudden your stretch goes absolutely ballistic because all you want is more. You just want to do it more and more and more. I think that it's tempting almost to fall asleep on it because it is so incredibly relaxing once you try it. What I'd love to do, Roger, though, is talk about, again, and we're gonna give you a little tour again of all of the different features, the innovations that Roger has done since he's been presenting this 2 decades here at HSN. Over 2 decades, longest running piece of physical fitness equipment. You've got to stop and think about that, but you do not want to accept a substitute when it comes to an inversion table. You want that UL listing, that you know it has been tried and true, it is tested. You are getting metal parts here so that when you go upside down, you're gonna have that stability. You're gonna want all the other features that Roger puts into his inversion table that are different. But this is the newest one that he has added, never before, with the neck restore. If you would, talk to that just a little bit. How is that gonna make a difference?
It's a huge difference. You know, it's actually developed by my son-in-law for my daughter who has a lot of problems with her neck. Tech neck, she's the definition of it, you know, bending forward. Those 4 little muscles that connect the skull to the very top of the spine, they're the ones that control the attitude on your head, whether it's rotated or leaning forward. And because we have our head forward so much, those muscles are stressed out and they cause you know, headaches, discomfort and what have you. This is an acupressure type device. It's not a pillow. I wouldn't say it's comfortable, you know, and you put this rubber roller right at the top where the spine joins the skull. That is where those 4 muscles are. And when you first lay on it, it's gonna feel, oh, and then, there's that acupressure release of those 4 muscles. Now, it's got a Velcro strap so it can attach to your table, but a lot of people, you just use it on the floor, you can use it in the bed. It's a wonderful, very effective way. It's our absolutely top seller as an accessory, and this is the first time ever that we've offered this at no additional cost, included as in the bundle with the X3, which is our most advanced table.
Absolutely, and we've never done it at this price and included that as well. $329.95 is your price. If you want to split that up on your credit cards, you can get it home, makes it a little bit easier to pay for it. We're happy to do that. If you don't have our HSN credit card, you may want to sign up for that today. We're doing a very special promotion on that. And you can, when you do sign up for it, number 1, there is no credit card fee, which is so nice that you don't have to pay for the credit card for the privilege of using it, right? So we're gonna give you $40 off your next purchase. So a nice time to take advantage of that. We do that very rarely, give you that $40 off. So a great day to sign up for that and get this home. And we're even gonna deliver all of this with that steel frame, all of it, with free shipping and handling right to your front door. So you don't have to worry about a single thing. Let us get it to you, and then you are going to try it. You will love the way you feel. You will love it no matter if it's for back, for neck, even for knees. You will love the way everything in here, it just elongates. It's just unlike anything else that you've ever experienced. But there are very few places where you can go and actually experience inversion. I think, Roger, I heard, I had one of my friends and she was doing some kind of thing where you hang upside down by a rope or something. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. You know, that is not for me. I mean, I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, you need to have your body in alignment, you know, with in an actual standing position, then decompress. That's the position that we operate in. That's the one we live in, and therefore that's the best one to decompress your body in. And Teeter opens the joints up and decompresses the joints. Every weight-bearing joint is just as beneficial for your knees and your hips
and ankles as it is for your entire back and your neck. Every joint being opened up and being decompressed by exactly the same weight that it normally has to carry. It's progressive decompression. You know, you can go and outside and get horizontal decompression. That's one load for every joint in your body. Well, that's right for a couple of joints, but too much and not enough for others. This is you inverting, relief of back pain 4 different ways. Stressed out shoulder muscles, they let go, and when that tension runs out your fingertips, your body elongates. Look at that spine straightening out. That is pain relief. Look at those joints opening up. You got a pinched nerve, herniated disc, degenerative joint disease. Take the pressure off. Less pressure is less pain. And when you decompress, you also accelerate the hydration process, the rejuvenation process of those discs. You know, you need to keep those discs youthful and flexible. I want to talk about, we talk about back pain all the time. You know, and if you've got back pain, Teeter is almost assuredly going to give you the kind of relief you're looking for. But let's say you don't have back pain. You're watching this thing, you find it interesting, but you don't have back pain yet. Why don't you resolve right now to avoid the whole thing? Skip the whole back pain thing. You know, I had it for 5 years. It's debilitating. You don't do anything in life without considering how it affects your back. Well, back pain is very much a product of aging. Just like when your skin ages, you lose its elasticity, you get wrinkles. You don't wait for the wrinkles to start taking care of your skin. You know it's coming, you get ahead of the curve. The same with your hair. Your spine is no different than any other part of your body. Keeping a youthful, flexible spine will pay you back, you know, with the same into retirement as and being able to do the same things that you love to do. This figure that you're looking at shows the aging of the spine. You know, look at the discs on the older gentleman. He's lost height. He's bulged out in the center. It's a compression wrinkle because it's the same amount of mass in a shorter column. But he can't move freely because those discs are not hydrated. They're not as flexible. And when that happens, you move wrong and you've got a much greater chance of actually injuring your back. But Teeter is a way to keep youthful function, keep youthful flexibility in your spine, just like you keep your skin youthful, your hair healthy. You do it with a regular program of inversion and of maintenance, and with the spine, a regular program of inversion, 3 to 5 minutes a day. And it's not a workout. You're enjoying a great stretch, and your whole back is being realigned and revitalized, and you're also clearing your mind, getting rid of stress. My daughter said she could have never got through the university without inverting 5 minutes for every 2 hours of study, you know, clearing the mind.
Right, and 3 to 5 minutes, I'm just telling you right now, that will be your beginning point. You will not want to get off it. It will feel so good to you. This is a way that, regardless if you're buying this for temporary relief of pain, then at least try it, and at least try to get away from some of those pills that we know aren't good for us. This is one and done. You buy it, you're finished. You are completely done, you own it. You will use this for years and years and years. I don't even know. I know I've had mine, I think, over 10 years. And my mom has one as well. I'm sure she's had hers over 10 years. It's steel construction. It's UL listed. It is the quality you want, but it has every single feature that makes it so easy to use. And then you get the benefits. I want to share, if I could, another testimonial with you. Have a listen to this, because I think when you hear from people who really have experienced it, I think you'll understand why it's been why it is our longest running piece of physical fitness equipment, and why people are just simply so passionate about it.
Pain was part of my life, and not doing the things I love became part of my life. My daughter stopped asking me to do anything anymore with her because it's always my back, my back. The Teeter comes along, and it's like the light bulb goes off in my brain. I felt my body completely stretch out. Life is great again because I can live it, because I can participate in it. Now that the Teeter's here, Jim is back! Jim is back, and they cannot stop me.
And you know, the Teeter is here, but it needs to be there. It needs to be in your home. It needs to be used in your home. You will find it addictive. You will find that this is something you look forward to every single day. A lot of people start and end their day with it because in some ways, when you start your day with it, Roger, I find that it's exhilarating, it's invigorating. And then when I use it at night, then it's kind of just very relaxing, the way it almost puts you to sleep.
Yeah, that's true. In the morning, it's 2 cups of coffee without the caffeine. You know, and I sleep kind of curled up. And so getting up in the morning, you know, I've got to straighten my body out. 1 minute, literally 1 minute of inversion. My head's on top of my shoulders. My posture's good. I'm looking good in my clothes. And I'm out of the chute with energy. You know, like literally 2 cups of coffee in 1 minute. You know, but at night, when you're relaxing, you're getting rid of the stress of the day. The body is shutting down as far as activity is concerned, and that gives you the relief. This is what life ought to be. You know, that's water skiing you see me do. That's my sport. I love it. That is recreational skiing. I love running the slalom course. That's a totally different world. That's high speed and sharp turns. And in fact, I can tell you that when I wrecked my back 40 years ago, I did it in the slalom course, skiing, and I am doing the same thing. I'm running the slalom course today at 80, well, I'm 82 in 2 months, and I'm pain-free. You know, and that would be impossible if it wasn't for the teeter. Being able to do the things you love to do. For me, it's water skiing and snow skiing, and you know, that little rowboat I got, and keeping up with the grandkids. I mean, being able to do those things, water ski with the grandkids. I was out skiing yesterday morning, actually wake surfing with my grandkids and being able to do it with them. That's what retirement ought to be. You know, at that time with the grandkids is just so precious.
But you know, I think that a lot of us, we just take it for granted that we're gonna deteriorate, that it's gonna come if it's gonna come. If you're not being proactive, then it's just a situation where, yeah, it might. Why don't you try taking that first step to help prevent it? If you already have problems, you're gonna love how this feels. But even if you don't yet, this is gonna help maybe stave off some of those problems. So you get it home, you try it, you look at the price today, and I've gotta tell you, it really is one of the best values we've ever done. We've never included the neck restore. This has special traction handles. This has special over easy handles as well that help you control it better. This is UL listed. You want that UL listed rating. Please, accept no substitute. You do not want to be hanging upside down with something and you don't know who made it or what it's made of. We are here to tell you the different ways that you have to ascertain quality. And a UL listing is definitely the way to do that. The way that now you can get in easier than ever, because it used to be that you had to lean all the way over in order to secure this and secure your ankles there. But no longer. Now you can just you can sit up and do that. It is so simple, it is so easy. We do have the mat that's underneath it available. If you want the mat, what's kind of nice about it is it gives you some great stretches to do on that. You know, I know a lot of people who go to yoga, who do this, who do that. That's all good, right? This is different. Yoga is about a different kind of stretch. It is not about taking the pressure off of all your joints. It is not about that at all. That's what inversion does. It allows that spine to stretch out, to help rehydrate all those discs. It allows the body to spend some time without any gravity on it. It's just a different type of physical fitness, of activity that really is gonna make a tremendous difference in the way you look, in the way you feel. And believe me, it's not just about looking and feeling great. It's about, for me, it clears my mind in a way that is unlike anything else, Roger.
Yeah, you know, Andrew Lessman used almost the same words. He was on one of our recent HSN shows, and he's all about science. And he has been inverting, believe it or not, almost 40 years, as long as I have. And I asked Andrew on air, I said, do you have a special reason for inverting? And he said, yes, meditation. You know, to clears your mind. You know, how long many times have you sat at a desk maybe doing some paperwork of some kind, and after you get stale and your body says, you gotta move.
Well, when you invert, this is a whole different kind of movement because you get an oxygen wash to the upper body that clears the mind, gets rid of the stress, and rejuvenates you so you've got energy to start. And I want to comment about that mat because there's some things really special about it. It has 25 different figures on it, and it's in 5 columns. So we suggest the first column is what we suggest you do the first week you have it. Then the second week, third week, fourth week, and then there's advanced exercises like the inverted crunches and the inverted squats. But a lot of those stretches and activities were generated because of a 6.5-year evaluation by the U.S. Army Fitness School at Fort Benning. Many of the people going into basic training were being knocked out of training because of back and compression injuries, twisting and turning. And the next day, their back would be swollen up, and they couldn't work out. And that disrupted the training program so much because it was 60% of the women were losing some training time and 40% of the men. So the Army Fitness School said, let's try inversion. We'll have everybody in basic training hang 5 minutes at the end of the day to see if that overuse or misuse of those misalignments will self-correct. And that's exactly what happened. And these exercises that we're showing on that mat came from that program. Many of them did. And it was so successful in improving training time and reducing lost training time that they did a video and sent it to every commanding officer in the U.S. Army. And in fact, Fort Bragg just called us and asked us to send a team down just a few months ago for some retraining. You know, you can check on the internet. Enter U.S. Army and inversion, and you can see some of the things that they did. This has not been done in a closet. You know, you want flexibility, check golf and inversion. You want to know the history of inversion, enter Hippocrates. Yes, the father of medicine, 400 BC. He's the inventor. We've made some improvements, but he gets the credit for hanging upside down to get rid of back pain. So, and you can see the machine he invented for relieving the Greek of back pains. And then you'll really appreciate this one.
And you'll appreciate the fact that the FDA has actually made this a Class 1 medical device, okay? And this is why, because they are saying this is FDA registered as a Class 1 medical device to help with temporary relief of back pain, sciatica. Ever had sciatica? Oh my gosh, it's just awful, isn't it? Spinal degenerative joint disease, spinal curvature, muscle tension, herniated disc, degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis, facet syndrome, muscle spasm, all of those. I call it mental health though. I mean, for me, I use it primarily for just relaxation. It is incredible in terms of relaxation. Never before have we offered you though this inversion table. Never before have we included the neck restore for you now to really focus on the other part of our body that gives us the most problems, because let's face it, if it's not the back, it's the neck. If it's not the neck, it's the back. We're dealing with everything now. You're getting every single upgrade that Roger has done over the years, all included at a price, a sale price today, $329. You're saving $130 when you buy it from us here today. This is a great time for you to invest. Invest in yourself, invest in the way you feel, invest in the way that you look, in your productivity, in everything about it. Who wants to live in pain? You don't have to. This could be such a great solution for you, but you can't get it if you don't get it home. This is the final day of the visit. I think Roger has maybe one more show later today, and this is really, truly the time that you're gonna get the best price and you're gonna get that free shipping and handling, this whole thing coming to your front door, absolutely free. So Roger, one more time, if you could explain why your inversion table is different than some of the copycats that are out there.
And there are copycats, and they do look alike, but they use the wrong steel. That is the biggest difference. Some of them even use bigger diameter tubing. That's just kind of fools you because you don't know how thick the wall of the tubing is. But the biggest deal is the fact that when you cycle a table, that is rock back and forth like this, and this is one of the greatest things to do for relaxation. I mean, this is hypnotic. You know, lights down, music on. This is so relaxing. But as far as the table, it is being loaded first one way, then loaded the other, and then back and forth and back and forth. And that working of the metal can cause fatigue failure if it's not designed right. Take a metal coat hanger, that's ordinary steel, bend it back and forth, you can break it in 1 minute, that's a fatigue failure. We use special steels, high carbon, heat treated, and key components, and that is the only way that you can pass the UL safety certification for inversion tables that says that Teeter meets their standard of 30,000 cycles and way beyond it, whereas the 4 lookalikes tested all failed at 11% of spec. 11%. We went 25% past the spec with no
It's a huge
failure.
difference. And it is a great buy today. Roger, it is always such a pleasure to present such an important product, and always great to see you. Is that you jumping out of a perfectly great looking plane beside you in that picture? Over your shoulder?
Which one? What?
The picture behind you on the wall, is that you jumping out of a plane?
Oh, no, that is a picture of me on inversion boots.